Well, I have not had successful relationships. I am very, very, very sorry to say. Any relationship is full of different kinds of compromises all the time, but there's some that you should not compromise.
Right.
I know that I spent a lot of my life feeling that I couldn't take the lid off who I was, what my light, be fully owning who I am, because I didn't want to feel that somebody had to compete with that.
I'm sure I don't need to tell you this, but that's 6-time Oscar-nominated living legend Glenn Close. Do you know that she has more Oscar nominations without a win than any other living actor? Yeah, that should be fake news. Glenn opened up about her life, acting alongside her daughter Annie, and why her latest role in The Wife hits close to home. Welcome to a very special edition of Strong Opinions, Loosely Held. I'm Elisa Kreisinger, and as a white woman on the internet, I have a lot of opinions. Each week, I set out to prove myself wrong by talking to an expert who might not have all the answers, but they certainly know more than I do. That's why this is Strong Opinions, Loosely Held. The Wife is Glenn Close's latest movie based on the Meg Woltzer novel by the same name. And in it, Glenn and her daughter both play Joan Castleman, a talented writer who takes some really bad career advice from a fellow female writer, and she gives up her career for her husband. Now, there is a huge plot twist here, but I cannot tell you what it is without giving away the ending. No, I'm not telling you the ending. No, you gotta go see the movie. All right, fine. So she comes out of college. I know, right? And so relevant.
That is one reason why I'm so thrilled that people are reacting so incredibly positively to it. Who knew that a movie called The Wife might actually be interesting? Well, we're in the Me Too movement, aren't we? And I think this movie actually embodies a lot of those issues just by the fact that it took 14 years for a movie called The Wife, written by a woman novelist and a woman screenwriter to be made.
And Annie, you play Joan as a young woman. What was it like establishing Joan's character for your mom then to fulfill later on in her life?
I really channeled, I would say, my grandmothers in a really big way, who were two young women in the 1950s. Women of incredible intelligence and seemingly limitless potential. And they did both get married quite young, and I think always in the back of their minds they wondered what could have been.
And they became homemakers, which is very important, but I think certainly I could speak for my mom that she was unfulfilled. It's a natural instinct from a woman to try to make her partner feel good about himself. I remember when I was in college, and I was married when I was a freshman, but I was taking 18 hours, I was doing all the laundry, I was cooking the meals, and also getting a lunch for my then husband together. And the top of it, I'd say, you can do it. Yeah. No, you can do it. And that just was where you naturally kind of gravitate to.
Right. What were the overall themes that drew you to the script and to the movie in the first place?
I think I really thought about my parents, to tell you the truth. I had a brilliant father who was an amazing doctor, but he had, I have to say, a dollop of narcissism. And we watched our whole life my mother be subservient to that, even though she had great talents of her own. I think that's what first made me want to do it. I had echoes of that in my own life.
Right. You mentioned Me Too a few times. How do you think the movie fits into the overall Me Too conversation?
Pretty well.
I think it's right in there. This is the sensibility of the team that put this movie together. A woman novelist, a female screenwriter, a female editor, a female costumer, two females, main producers from Switzerland, a female from Denmark. Rosalie Swedlund was the driving force in Hollywood. So this basically is a story that came to fruition because of the passion of a lot of women. For me, that represents where I hope we're gonna stay, with that kind of diversity in front of and behind the camera.
The Wife is a timely and deeply personal psychological thriller about the uneven compromises that we make in relationships. There is a ton of Oscar buzz about this movie, and it might actually be Glenn's first win. You don't want to be the only person who says they never saw the movie, right? I personally loved it, but that's because they tackle literally every topic we've ever covered on this show. So go check it out and let me know what you think.